thought about moving to New Braunfels, Texas, and wanting to live walking distance to historic downtown and have potential rental income, you don't want to miss this. Hi, I'm Shaunna Hanover, local realtor right here in New Braunfels, Texas. I live, work, and play right here in this beautiful city, and I love calling this place home. Today, I'm going to show you a beautiful Craftsman style home built in 1916, and you can literally walk there from here. I can't wait to show you. Let's go check it out. Welcome to 843 Cross Street in New Braunfels, Texas. This home is literally walking distance to downtown. You are blocks away from the beautiful historic downtown New Braunfels. And these magnolia trees that just frame this home, stunning. Now, there is a lot to see in this home. I promise you, you're gonna wanna stick around for this because not only do you have the main house, there are 3 income producing apartments behind this house. Truly unique, one-of-a-kind property that I am very honored and very blessed to showcase and bring this home to market. The family is incredible, and I'm thrilled beyond words that they trusted me to bring this home to market. So, right up front, we have a broken pottery garden. That is intentional, you guys. I promise. I point that out because some people think that somebody came over here and broke her bird bath, but that is not the case. That is intentional. That is a broken pottery garden. So let's walk up the walkway here and take you up on the front porch. 1916 Craftsman style home. They don't build them like this anymore, you guys. I love this porch. I would be here every morning with my coffee and every evening. I really would. So just imagine Saturday mornings, have your coffee and then walk to the farmer's market at Krause's. Every weekend, Krause's, it's a German restaurant here in town. They have a farmer's market and they have live music. They have an opera band that plays good old fashioned polka music and you can dance. Very family friendly. And I think they have over 100 beers on tap. So if you like beer, Krause's is right there. Come on in. Oh, I love these homes. These homes have so much character and they don't build them like this anymore. Just look at these columns. The woodwork. Now imagine if these weren't painted white and it was just wood. That would be awesome too. The floors, these are the original hardwood floors and they're in really good shape. Like I said, this home was built in 1916. You have 12-foot ceilings, so it just makes this home live very large, very open. You have the trim, and in the corners, you have that extra little molding piece. It's just the details. In the early 1900s, they would not have had central air and heat, so they had these transom windows here that opened up. You could open those up and you had either a bracket or they were on a chain or you used just some little dowels to hold them open. And you would have had one in the front of the home and in the rear of the home and just had that cross breeze, just bringing airflow through the home. So we're gonna bring you into the first bedroom. This bedroom is really large. This is a king size bed and it's not quite centered in the room. And you still have, there's a desk, there's this piece here. It's a big room. And then you have this closet. This is fun with the glass knobs. This closet goes through to the other bedroom on the other side. Man, as a kid, I would have been sneaking in on my brothers all the time through their closet and just scaring them. I would have done that. This is a cedar closet. And then you have that extra storage up there. So they used to keep their linens and bed rolls and things up there because they were, things they didn't use very often, but they didn't want the bugs to destroy. So the cedar keeps the bugs away. So things that you're not using very often, they would store them up there. Okay, let's go this way. Dining room. This was intended to be a formal dining space, but you could make this a second living. You could make this multi-purpose. It's such a large space. And all of these here open. These window boxes, just for extra storage. There's so much natural light in here too. This room is just flooded. I don't even need to have the lights on. It's so pretty. Okay, bedroom number 2. Here's that closet I was telling you about that goes through to the other side. Again, tall ceilings, 12 feet tall, and they're throughout the entire home. This would have been your access to get under the house. This home is on pier and beam. It's been nailed shut, but you could reopen that if you needed to. But there's also an area on the exterior of the home for you to access the crawl space. Here is one bathroom. It is a tub shower combo. This could be considered the primary bathroom. And then coming into your third bedroom. This room is pink. I think it's darling. It's got a closet here. And then this door is gonna go out into the hallway. And I'm gonna show you that here in just a minute. So stay with me because this is where things get a little bit tricky, if you will. There's a lot of character in this house. Watch your step because this used to be the porch. And this is now what they call Mama's kitchen. So this is one of two kitchens in this house. This one does have the electric stove, the sink, and all of this light. Just look at these plants. They love this room. It's like the perfect sunroom, fern room. I just love this room. It's my favorite room in the house. It's just happy. Okay, so you have this door, so you could close that and that would be completely private because then here you have the second kitchen, first kitchen. There's two kitchens in this home and this one has gas cooking. So that one on the other side of the wall is electric. If you still wanted to keep two kitchens, it wouldn't be hard to stub it out on the other side if you preferred gas. And then your laundry room is over here. I'll show you that real quick. You've got your pantry here. And coming back into that hallway, this door is that door to that bedroom I was telling you about. Then you have this spot here in the floor. My guess is there probably was a furnace here at some point, a wood burning stove, or maybe just an additional access point to get underneath the house. And then here is your second full bathroom. It too is a tub shower combo. So get your bearings here. So if you remember, we came in, we had living room, bedroom number 1, then we had dining room and bedroom number 2. And you walked through the bedroom, you went to a bathroom, then you went to the third bedroom, second bathroom, kitchen 1, kitchen 2, and here's that third bedroom. So now, here is the most unique feature of this home, and this is already amazing. There are 3 income-producing apartments detached behind the home, and this home sits on a rather large lot. You are right at 0.32 of an acre, so not quite half an acre, but that's a really large lot to be in the heart of downtown New Braunfels, really, truly. So you've got a lot of space, you've got lots of options, so let's go take a look at the apartments. You want to sit on the back porch, you can. You want to sit on the front porch. I would be on that front porch all the time. Watch your bumps here. So, with there being the apartments here, you could have that, you could rent them to tenants. You could have family members stay and have, they'd have their own privacy, but yet they'd be really close. So it just depends. It depends on what you need the property for, but you have so many options here. I love that this is fully functioning. So this is a covered carport with a garage door and it is on a button, it's automatic. So when this is closed, this is completely closed off from the apartment. So you have privacy. That's why they did this taller fence here, just giving you a shield, if you will, from the apartment building over there. But look at all the trees. You have these mature pecan trees. You have a mimosa tree. You have the greenhouse. The greenhouse does need a new roof on it, They just had the plastic, but over time that, you know, it needs to be redone. This beautiful tree was actually planted from that big tree there on the property. If you love trees as much as I do, you'll appreciate that. So, one thing about New Braunfels, when you're living on this side of New Braunfels, we have a lot of deer. Yes, deer, and they're darling and they're cute and all the things, but they will eat your plants. So, there is an automatic gate, and you'll want to keep that closed because the deer will come into this yard. I've had it happen to me. So this is a 2-car detached garage. It's being used as storage right now. We'll just kind of peek in there for you. It's kind of hard to see. Some of the original doors to the main house are in there. And then you have the old carriage doors. You know, 1916, who knows, they may have had their horse and buggy pulled in here. It's possible. My first job was at Naeglin's Bakery. It's the oldest German bakery in Texas. It was built in 1868, and it's just blocks from here. And they have pictures of downtown New Braunfels, and there's horse and buggy. So 1868, 1916, this could have been horse and buggy, who knows? We have 3 apartments behind us. We are going to take you into each of them. Keep in mind, open mind here. One of them is make ready. It's completely ready to go. You could put a tenant in it right now. The other 2, use your imagination. Use your imagination. All right, let's go check out apartment number 1. Now these are approximately 400 square feet each, and they have their living space. This one has a closet. It could be used as a pantry if you wanted. And then you have the kitchen with the tiniest little darling sink I think I've ever seen. And then you have gas cooking. That's so small, right? I know, no, you really couldn't. It's small. You could do, you know, your couch and a little TV stand. You could do a dining table here. When we first brought this home to market, all 3 apartments had tenants, and that's how the tenant in this one had this set up. They had a nice little dining set here set for 2, and it worked. And then here's the bedroom. So, you know, for a single person, this is a good size. I mean, you say 400 square feet and you think, oh my gosh, how in the world? But it's very doable. And then here's the bathroom. And so you've got the toilet, and then you have a stand-up shower and a vanity. I'll let Brody go in there. Gets a little cramped.
The vanity is where it's spot.
How many of you remember these? How many of you remember this? Isn't that cool? I know. I love that. That reminds me of my grandma's house. I think that is precious. So I'll just pause for a moment and tell you each of these apartments rented for $900 a month, and that included utilities. To be that close to downtown New Braunfels, that's a good price. And just think, you've got 3 of them. So if you rented each of these for $900,000 a month, that's gonna offset your mortgage. It's not a bad gig, guys. The tenants would have this area. We'll come this way first before we go. So the other 2 units are both upstairs. So tenants would have access to this little patio space. Look at this pecan tree. That thing is, a couple hundred years old, at least. I couldn't even put my arms around that thing. It's huge. And then I believe this is a Spanish oak tree. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what this one is. And then this guy is a live oak. And these are both on your property. And then you have this structure here. I think at some point it was probably a chicken coop. It's on a it's got a concrete slab. It's got chicken wire on the windows. Right now it's just a potting shed, wheelbarrow, extra pots for plants. And that fence right here, that is the back of the property. So that is your property line right here. All right, that's the back side of the greenhouse. I've had so many different ideas. The more that I show this property, the more I think if I lived here, you could bring this fence to here, you could bring it all the way back, and you if you were living in the main house, you could just make yourself, you know, you would have a bigger yard if you wanted to enclose this space for you as well. Or if you wanted to leave some yard space for your tenants, then leave it how it is. Ready for this? Staircase to nowhere. I'll show you why here in a second. So originally when this structure was built, and we're not quite sure the exact date, we know that this whole structure was built after the main house. So main house 1916, if I had to guess, I would probably say late 20s, possibly early 30s. And I say that because of the wood floors in here. The wood floors in the apartments are a narrower plank versus the ones in the house, in the main house. The main house, they're a little bit wider. So in the late 1920s, early 1930s, they started using a narrower pine plank. I don't know, it's just my guess. I just finished renovating a 1930s home in Seguin, and I had the narrower plank. So my son is making fun of me, he's all. Under here, this door can be hard to open. And I got it. That staircase upstairs, it was just one unit. So that would have been your door, and you would have walked up the stairs and you would have been in one large unit upstairs. At some point they converted it into two. So then they built the staircase, and so prior you could have pulled your car in here. Now you could get maybe a tiny car. You could definitely pull a golf cart in here. And people toot around town on their golf carts all the time. So that would be perfect. Golf carts. Your hot water heater is down here. If you remember, there was no laundry capability in that apartment, and there is not in either of the upper apartments either. Just a food for thought. Add some laundry hookups down here for your tenants. Or if you have families staying here, add some laundry hookups down here. And I say that because then the washer and dryers, they wouldn't be in the units. God forbid you had a leak. They're down here, they're outside, not gonna cause a whole lot of damage if they're out here. But then also, whoever lives here, they're not having to go to a laundromat. They can do it right here. And hey, you might be able to charge a little more for rent too, because that's convenience. Just saying, something to think about. All right, let's go upstairs and check out the other two apartments. Do you wanna see the best for last or the worst for last? Okay, I say worse. It doesn't need much. It really just needs some carpet. This unit here, this is unit number 2. My son is terrified of this.
Yeah, because every time I work with you, I get stung.
He does get stung. In his defense, poor baby. And I do feel terrible. I've literally dropped everything and put him in the car and rushed home because I didn't know if he was allergic. Because not the TMI, but his grandmother is allergic to bees. So I didn't know at the time if he was, and so we rushed home. But anyway, this apartment is my favorite of the 3. It is ready to go, gas cooking, larger sink. You can actually get some pots and pans in here. Each have their own refrigerator. Now, the previous tenant that lived in this had this decorated so darling. She had a little bistro set here, nice little couch. She had a little table here with her plants. She had made her own curtains. It was darling. And she had actually lived in all 3 apartments at one time or another, but this was her favorite because of the light in here. She has great morning light, and then she has views. It feels like you're in the trees. It feels like a tree house. No, it's not. All of the units are on window units, so they don't have central air and heat. But for 400 square feet, that does the job. And then you could do a space heater.
And then the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Shower and
Now this one has the double closet, and it has some built-ins on the side, which you wouldn't expect for something this size, but it's laid out really nice. And then here we are again. Hers actually works. It won't fall out on you. That one over there I have to catch, but I'm used to it, so.
Open and run.
Okay, we're gonna dodge the hornets, you guys. I laugh, but I'm 5'1" and he's 6'3", so they're in his space, literally. I have a little more room. Okay, let's just pause for a second. If the floors scare you, don't let it scare you. The previous person who lived here, she had a dog, and there was carpet in this unit. And the reason that they put carpet in here is because this unit is directly above that first unit we showed you. So for the first noise purposes, it does make sense to put a carpet and pad in this unit just to give a little more of a buffer with the person living underneath you. So to put carpet back in less than 400 square feet, it wouldn't cost you much at all. So same thing, gas cooking, refrigerator, bigger sink.
Microwave.
And the microwave's up there, yes. Yes. This one doesn't have the fun ironing board, and it has one single closet, but it does have the built-ins.
What's that?
This is going to be an access panel to the plumbing on that side of the wall because your shower is there. So easy access, yes. And there's the bathroom.
Very skinny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that shower is very short.
I
So if
know.
anybody's tall, like 6'2" or above, that's not gonna be.
That's not gonna be ideal. Now this unit does do heating and cooling. Some of the units just do cooling, and then they've had space heaters. So personal preference. All right, I'm gonna give you a view of just what you see from up here. Just take a moment. So this house here, that's where the property line ends for that one. And then this is another property. So just to put it in perspective for you, this truly is a very unique lot. It's a big lot for being in the heart of downtown, and it has income producing potential here. So great home. I love where it's at. I love the walkability to downtown. I don't know about you, but I would be here every morning and every evening sitting on this front porch. It's so peaceful. And the walkability to downtown, you can't beat it. You can't. I'm going to show you exactly where this home sits on the map. I'll zoom in quite a bit to New Braunfels, the innards of New Braunfels, if you will, just so you know exactly where it is. But your moments from downtown. I hope you enjoyed the house. I'll see you on the next tour.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the house tour of 843 Cross Street. Isn't she a gem? There's just something about those Craftsman style homes that they're just so charming. But the location of this one is huge. It is prime location. As you guys know, New Braunfels, Texas sits along the I-35 corridor that runs north and south. New Braunfels, Texas is in between two major cities of San Antonio and Austin, north to Austin, south to San Antonio. And then we have Loop 337. Loop 337 is our interior loop that takes you around the city of New Braunfels. And there's a lot of things around the loop. There's restaurants, there's shopping, there's veterinarian clinics, there's a Harley Davidson, there's, oh my goodness, there's so many things. Car washes, Tractor Supply, feed stores, you name it. It's all out there. So this is Cross Street. This is the house we just showed you. And it is to walk, it would take you 15, 20 minutes. It is a mile. It is 1 mile from the traffic circle in literally the very center of New Braunfels. So I'm going to zoom in even more so you can see just how wonderful downtown is and what what there is to offer there. As you can see, Saludos, that's one of our newest restaurants that we have here in New Braunfels. Very cool vibe there. If you like street tacos and margaritas and oh, it's fun. I've been there several times. Good times. All right, let's zoom in to downtown New Braunfels. See all of that? And that's just to name a few. This is why people come to New Braunfels. They want to hang out in the historic part of New Braunfels. So Cross Street, you could either take Cross Street down, come out over here onto West San Antonio, and be to this traffic circle in 1 mile. Okay, it's a 1 mile walk or drive or bike ride, however you want. This is Krause's Cafe right here. It sits on Castile Avenue, and that's where your farmer's market is every weekend. So how fun is that? And then there's live music all the time. They have a huge beer garden outside. Very fun place, 100+ beers on tap. Good family fun, honestly, or fun for anyone. Then you have McAdoo's. McAdoo's is a seafood restaurant in town. It is fantastic. That is our favorite place to go and get oysters if you like oysters. And they have one of the best Bloody Marys. Muck and Fuss, another fun local restaurant here in town. They do movies on their patio on Tuesday evenings. They have the best burgers in town, in my opinion. We like the breakfast burger. They put a fried egg on it. Oh, so good. And they do like a little hash brown patty on there too. Yum. Here's the tube shoot. All right, this is one of the most popular things here in New Braunfels, and it's in Hemet Island. That is pronounced Hemet Island. It's a park here. It's part of Landa Park, and you can see this huge park here is just a pillar of our community. There's a golf course, there's a spring-fed pool and an Olympic pool inside Landa Park. That's a great place to be in the summertime. There's a little train that runs around Landa Park, and if you guys come to New Braunfels, whether you're visiting or living here, you have to see Landa Park. I've been a lot of places in my life, and it is truly one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen. So I love to be there. This is Wurst Hall. This is where Wurst Fest is every year. It is a 10-day festival, just celebrating German heritage and culture and beer and sausage, of course. So Prost. The landmark, this used to be a power plant, and it sat and it was dilapidated and quite scary for many years. I remember going past it when I was in school and I couldn't get away from it fast enough because it just looked creepy, but they put a lot of money into that place, and now it's loft apartments with some retail space downstairs. If you're looking for a rental and you want to be able to see the river, they do have on this side of the building, they do have some really awesome apartments that have a great view of the river. So I know my parents actually stayed here while they were waiting for their house to be built, and they loved it. If you are a professional and maybe you need an apartment, a fully furnished apartment for a little while, this is a great option for you too. And I'm happy to help you make those connections with the landmark. It is a venue as well. They have a great space inside for you to rent for weddings, all kinds of things. So Landa Falls, if you are wanting to tube the river, the Canal River, you could go here to Landa Falls and rent you a tube, and they'll drop you in here by Wurst Fest, and you can float. You'll go through the tube chute, you'll float down, and you'll get out over here closer to Lincoln Street, and the shuttles will pick you up and they'll bring you back. And that's another reason why we tell you that the population here in town, it doubles in the summertime just because of all the water recreation. We have the rivers, we have Schlitterbahn, the big famous water park. It is a lot of fun here in the summer, but you just have to be prepared for that additional traffic and the additional people, especially at all these places downtown, because they get quite busy in the summer. But it makes for a good time. It does. So I hope it helps. I hope this helps to show you a little more of why downtown is so special. And, along the traffic circle, we've got the courthouse that sits here at Christmas time. This whole area down here is lit up, and it is just beautiful. Naglin's Bakery sits over here on this side, oldest German bakery in Texas. You've got several more dining options here. There's Oyster Bar, there's Bootlegger's Pizza. You've got the Black Whale down here. Some of the bars have the best food. Callahan's, they have, in my opinion, I love their pizza rolls. It's a little Irish pub downtown. Then you have Cowboys and Cadillacs. That's a fun place. There's just too many to name. So we're looking forward to the Faust Hotel, sorry. They have been renovating that for quite some time, and we're excited for that to open. It should be opening soon. I can't wait to see it inside. I know where the speakeasies are downtown. If any of you are interested in having a fine glass of bourbon, Whiskey Wednesdays. All right, I'll be quiet. Enough about that. Downtown is awesome. Hope you love the tour, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.